But yeah, we have Lisa Whittingham. Are you up here? Oh, there she is. Great friend, great storyteller. She's got another great dating story for you. So buckle up, give it up for Lisa Whittingham. So Maureen is my soul sister. I was at, I think maybe the first voice box, or one of them, and it was either My Father's House or Coming to America. So one of those, anyhow. So I've been doing this for a while, and as Maureen mentioned, I came by Uber, which was not my plan. I don't want to waste my few minutes that I have, so long story short, my son stole my car keys, and I had to take an Uber, and my hair looked beautiful. For once I was organized, I literally had a double-spaced, bullet-pointed thing that I was going to print out, and then I couldn't get to Kinko's because I didn't have my car, yada, yada, yada. Anyhow, I love my son, so I'm going to have to read off my phone. Single-spaced, tiny type. Alrighty. Oh, one more thing. I've been coming here so long. In the beginning, Maureen had mentioned to me, you know, the story should either have something to do with the theme song, or you could take a line from the theme song. And as a rule follower, I take that very serious. So I'm just warning you, I might break out in song. Maybe some words from your song, maybe something else. So I just want you to be prepared. So, another dateless Valentine's Day. As a divorced, hairy, Italian-Irish mother of 3 children in their 20s. And there's not another living soul around. Well, except for the 3 Tinder dates I brought, and they're sprinkled throughout the audience. So, you guys doing okay out there? Anyone need a drink? Okay. So I'm staring down the barrel at 60. Although I do turn 56 this summer, and I did age in dog years during the pandemic. So by 56, I mean 76. So as I stare down the barrel at 80, and I settle into this let's just wing it phase of the pandemic, life just continues to get stranger every day. So 3 years ago, almost to the date, next month, it feels like Mother Nature just gave us a big old Will Smith style bitch slap and said, go to your rooms and get my fresh air out of your mouths and think about what you've done. And then with the help of a virus and maybe the Chinese, but we don't know for sure, the world shut down. Suddenly, a lot of us were working from home, and our sleep clothes suddenly became our awake clothes. And along with this festive virus came Black Lives Matters, I Can't Breathe, the dismantling of the patriarch, turn off your phone, the dismantling of our government, race, gender, you name it. So we've had all sorts of shit going on, right? But I digress. I can't breathe now because I can't see. I can do it. Okay, we're coming to a close here because Maureen said I have 7 minutes. Okay, so So speaking of love, I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. Sorry, Tinder boys, don't take offense to that. For quite a while. And as if dating in your 50s as a divorced, single mother of too many kids isn't fucked up enough, let's just sprinkle in a global pandemic and an apocalypse, basically, just to spice it up a little bit. A Chinese balloon, an octagon, shoot them down. All I want to know is somebody just tell me how much toilet paper to buy this time. So the dating apps have been fun. And during the pandemic, mid-pandemic, which is so funny, it's hard to almost remember when the vaccinations first came out. Dating on the apps became a little bit more like shopping for a dog than dating. So I'd find myself scrolling, and for those of you that aren't lucky enough to know this information, swiping right means you like the person, and swiping left means you reject them. So I'd find myself mid-pandemic, first shot in, Pfizer, scrolling, oh, Jimmy looks cute. Oh yeah, I think I can handle Jimmy. Good body, he's got all his shots, housebroken. Okay, I'll swipe Jimmy right. Okay, oh Bob, ooh, Bob's hot. 6'7", I need a tall guy, college educated, 3 kids. Then I continue to scroll. This is Bob talking. If you got the jab and voted for Biden, just swipe left. Oh, alrighty, Bob. So as I reflect back to dating in my, the last time I was part of this dating game in my 20s, I don't recall my political leanings ever being a deal breaker. In fact, I really don't even recall my political leanings. Nor do I remember having to even mention my vaccination status. So somebody fucking shoot me now. So the only thing stranger than dating as a hairy Italian mother of 3 kids, divorced, yada, 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 only thing stranger than that is being a therapist in the middle of a global pandemic. So when I'm not ranting at Maureen's voice box, my day job is a therapist. And fortunately and unfortunately, one of my specialties the last few years has become trauma. And I've learned quite a bit about PTSD, and I got trained in this type of therapy called EMDR. And in a nutshell, and this is not funny, I apologize, but this is the educational part of the show. So buckle up. So basically, there's this little part of our brain called the amygdala, and it is the part of the brain that processes our fear and our emotions and is like the key part of us, with memories, but basically fear and other emotions. And so when we have trauma, which, buckle up, sorry Maureen, I might go over a little. The definition of trauma is the lasting emotional response that often results from living through a distressing event. So we've all been through trauma together the past few years. And so this amygdala, that's our fire alarm of the brain, is pretty much fucked up to some degree in all of us. A lot of my clients are like, God, I'm just like, I can't get out of bed, I just feel stressed out, I don't know what's going on, I get more anxious than normal. To which I reply, well, let's review the past few years. What's been happening? Global pandemic, the dismantling, the apocalypse, and on and on and on. So, the point of the story is, all of our amygdalas have been highly fucked up. And can you tell I'm the daughter of a blue-collar butcher? So I kind of do the street smart therapy, which leads me to the next point that my motto right now, and I might get a t-shirt that says, if you are not anxious, you are probably not paying attention right now. And I digress one more time. So the last bit of unsolicited wisdom I want to share involves the first time I surfed in January. I took a surfing lesson visiting my middle child, who was always the wise one, and moved to California in November. So I signed up for a surf lesson, always my dream, and I'm waiting on the beach, and up walks my 24-year-old hot surf instructor, who just happens to look like Jesus Christ himself. Long, flowy, brown hair, piercing blue eyes. Jesus came down. It wasn't the fucking, octagon-shaped Chinese blue, whatever. Jesus came down, and he was my surf instructor. And unfortunately, I was too distracted by Surfer Jesus that I couldn't focus on the tips and tools he was giving me. And the first wave, I was halfway up, plunged into the icy cold January ocean, and I couldn't find my way. I didn't know which way was up. I was going down. It took me like 10 to 15 seconds, which underwater, icy cold, felt like forever. And I was terrified. So I came flying up, full-blown panic attack, which I know you think therapists don't have, but we do. None of my tools were working. And I couldn't get my breath. I'm like, oh my God, just, I can't breathe. Fucking masks. So the breath is the theme. Stay with me, people. So I turned to Surfer Jesus in a full-blown panic attack. And with his piercing blue eyes, which pierced my 80-year-old soul, he offered me this piece of surfing advice. Lisa, if this ever happens again, what you do is you make a strong exhale and you blow bubbles, and then you follow the bubbles up to safety. And then Surfer Jesus looked out onto the ocean. I thought he was going to walk on water, but instead he pulled out a fish as I pulled out a loaf of bread from the yeast infection that was brewing from my power douche from wiping out, and suddenly the loaves and fishes were multiplying. Just breathe, people, just breathe.